Hi guys, last time we did create our tabs. In this video we're gonna finish by using JavaScript. So let's start by creating our JS file called common.js. Let us not forget to link our HTML to our JS file. Now let's add the position relative to the class tabs and the position absolute to the class tab content. By doing this, we're gonna stack all the tab contents on each other. Now we're gonna select all the linked tabs. To do that, we're gonna use query selector all with the class tab link. It will return a table of all the tab links. We're gonna save its reference to a variable called tab links. Let us loop through this table by using the for loop. For each of these tab links, we're gonna add to it a click event listener. Now when the click occurs, what we need to do is, first we're gonna hide all the tab contents. So we need to select them all. To do that, we're gonna use a query selector all with the class tab content. And we're gonna save its reference to a variable called tab contents. Now when we loop through this table, we're gonna use the property zindex and opacity instead of display, because the animation doesn't work with display. So when a click happens, we're gonna give to all the tab contents an opacity 0 and the zindex 0. Now in second, we're gonna use the inner text of the tab links, who is equal to the corresponding ID of the tab content. So we're gonna create a variable called tab name. It will be equal to this dot inner text. In this case, this refers to the click tab link. Now we need to target the tab content that has its ID equal to tab name, and we will give it an opacity 1 and the zindex 1. To do this, we're gonna use query selector with the backticks. Backticks allows you to automatically parse and evaluate an expression. If you save it and get a look, it works fine. Let's add the opacity 0 and zindex 0 to the class tab content of our file site.css, so we can only manipulate it using JavaScript. Now you notice when we refresh the page, no tab content is showing. To fix that, we're gonna give an ID of open default, for example, to the first link of our tab links. Now let's target our open default link and add to it the predefined function click. And what it will do is, when we refresh the page, the first link, it will be clicked on it. Now let's work on the animation. To do that, let's start by adding a transform origin left center to the tab content and the property perspective 20 RAM to the class tabs. The property perspective gives a 3D view perspective to the child element. In our case, it will give a 3D perspective to the tab content, who is the child of the class tabs. Back to our common.js file. Let's add a transform property with the value rotateY 20 degrees to all the tab content when the click event occurs first, and the transform with the value rotateY 0 to the tab content corresponding to the clicked link. Let's add a transition 0.3 second for the opacity and 1 second for the transform property in the class tab content. If we save and get a look, it works fine. Now let's work on the active links. We need to start by creating a class active for the button by giving it another background color. And second, we're gonna add to the property class name of the clicked link a string space active. The space is very important. I will explain why. Something is wrong. It doesn't work. Oh, I misspelled the active. As I told you, if we get rid of the space, the class's name will get stuck together and it will give another name, a wrong name. Something else is messed up. The class active stay on all the tab links. To fix that, we're gonna loop through all the tab links when the click occur and get rid of the class active for all of them before we add it to the clicked link. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you find it useful. So, to the next time, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It will help me a lot.